We like a little wild around here.
Yeah, I just wanna feel you. I want you around.
Hey y'all, this is Brittney Giselle and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you know by now, we are talking house plants, top 5 beginner house plants, in my opinion. That's it, my opinion. But before we get started, let me give you just a little quick backstory. I wasn't always into plants. I'm still new to the game. I started getting into plants at the height of the Rona, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it was, but I gravitated towards plants. I felt like I needed a new hobby while we were home, just something to do. I got one plant, I fell in love, and then ever since then, I've just been a plant mom. I don't know what it was. I can't really say I think that was a significant enough reason to start getting house plants. I don't know. I gravitated towards them. They gravitated towards me. And now I have an apartment full of plants. So I actually do have a combination of real house plants, but I also have some fake plants throughout. I had a few here and there, and I didn't think it really went with like the decor, which I honestly don't even care about that anymore. I love my plants. If it doesn't go, if it doesn't match, it doesn't bother me. It is a part of my decor now. So before we go any further, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be a part of the family over here. Hit the like button, leave some comments down below, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload, you'll be the first to know. And let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, look at this beautiful plant. All right. So the first one I'm going to start off with is the golden pothos or pothos. There are a lot of different variations of this plant, but of most plants. This one specifically is a golden pothos. This was not my original one. I have propagated them, which means like I took some cuttings off, put it in water, grew it to get some roots and just to make more plants out of it. So this is actually, I think this is my smallest one. I do have 2 other ones. I think, do I have one here? So this is another golden pothos that I have propagated. I think it started off with maybe like the first leaf, and then it's grown to be this long now. I feel like certain parts of the year they grow faster, and then other parts they kind of have a halt. But this one is new to soil. This one was just in water for a long time. And then this was a clipping that I had for a while. It's been in soil. They're doing pretty good. I'm proud of them. I'm gonna say that. Then I have another one that's a little bit bigger, and I keep that one in my bedroom just because I love that plant and I wanted to start incorporating them into my bedroom. That was one of the first ones that I put in there. But golden pothos, they are so easy to take care of. They just do their own thing. They grow. They don't have to be watered all the time. I think it just depends on what kind of variation you have. For me, I don't necessarily keep up a schedule. I have an app that I will share with you guys later on, that I put all of my plants information. I keep track of like their growth and stuff like that. And that app tells me what days or when I need to water certain plants. So I don't have it in mind like how many days, but I would say these are about maybe once a week that they need to be watered, not all the time. If you forget to water it for 2.5 weeks, it'll still be alive. Like they'll still be good. So yeah, this is my first out of the top. Well, they're not really, I'm not placing them in order of which is best. These are just my top 5 favorite plants that I know for sure I will not kill. I absolutely adore this plant so much. This is a snake plant. The formal name is Sansevieria, and I will put the exact variation that I have on the screen. But y'all, this plant, when I first got it, she was short. She was probably maybe to like here, and look at how tall it's grown. I've separated this one twice now, so I have 3 different pots with Sansevierias in it. And I don't know what it is. At first, I wasn't too sure about it. I didn't think it would be a plant that I could handle, like that would last. But honestly, I just got it and thought, let me give it a try. And y'all, I love this plant for a while. Honestly, she didn't grow, but once the growth started, like it hasn't stopped. It's crazy to see how much this plant has grown. So let's see, it was during the pandemic. So I've had it for like 2 years because the pandemic started in March of 2020. So yeah, this plant is almost like I've had it for 2 years and it's grown tremendously. I'm definitely going to make sure that I insert some pictures of how it was when I first got it. But yeah, this one, she's so beautiful, and it's just like, it's not soft leaves. None of the leaves have ever died. They all always stay straight up. I mean, they may lean a little bit like this one here. It's just because of the way that they're growing and their weight, because they are very thick. But yeah, I don't have anything negative, like nothing but positive things to say about this plant. It's easy to repot. The roots, I actually was repotting this plant in one of my recent vlogs, so I'll make sure that I link that up above so you can see. But the roots are different from other plants. That was like fascinating to see how different they were. But all around, this plant is gorgeous. It grows tremendously and you can't go wrong. Like, she's just plain and she cute. She a cute one. I don't know what else to say about it, but you need one of these in your life. You do. Next up is this rubber plant. It is a jade plant, but this plant, she cute. She doesn't grow tremendously. She grows when she feels like it. So once in a while, I'll see it get a little taller, but some of the buds do tend to fall off. That's how I know that I've waited a long time to water it, because she doesn't always need water. This is a succulent. Succulents they suck all the water in and it lives within them. They stay moist, so they don't necessarily need to depend on us to water them. They can do their surviving for a while. So I feel like this one, she lasts. She's a keeper. She's a ride or die. She's gonna stick through. If you don't pay attention to her, she's still gonna be around here for a while. Okay, she's gonna be like, she might drop a little hint, which is a leaf, but you won't know. I don't know. Overall, she's just, I'm over here calling my plant she, but you know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I just like the shape of it, the way that the leaves are. They're like fullness. Again, they're not like thin leaves that kind of flop over, so it stands straight up. And yeah, just any succulent, to be honest, really would last. You don't have to have a green thumb to take care of these. They're pretty to have in offices, throughout your home. You can see them like when you go like to office buildings, because they're so durable, they last. So these are definitely well known for beginners. All right, y'all, so this one is another ride or die. She been sticking through it. This was actually one of my very first plants that I did get when I started getting plants, because I did some research and it said that this was a good beginner's plant. Now, it took her a while to like grow and sprout, but when it did, she just kept coming and coming and coming. And I think it's definitely a seasonal thing. I honestly, it was weird, but I saw her growing more so during the winter than any other time of the year. So odd. And then she hasn't grown any new ones yet. But these tallest ones, let me bring her a little lower. These like taller ones are the newer branches. And what I like about them is that they keep their color. They don't change. Again, they're like sturdier leaves. I didn't even say what it was. This is a ZZ plant. But again, this is a plant that's very durable. You don't have to water it all the time. You can water it here and there. It'll still survive. It's not gonna flop over like peace lilies do, because my peace lily definitely gives me a run for my money. These are known to be kept in like offices, bathrooms, stuff like that, because they can survive off of like their own moisture, off of their own watering that they have within them. So this one has definitely grown a lot as well since I got it. I have not repotted it in a while. This one still needs to be repotted this year, and I haven't taken any clippings from it, but I'm pretty sure that when I do repot it one of these days, I'm gonna separate it, take a clipping so I can make more plants, because she's cute and we need to keep her around. So again, this is definitely a beginner plant. It doesn't have to always be cared for. You don't want to neglect your plants, but you definitely want plants that you don't have to tend to every single day. So she cute or whatever. Yeah, do you see these beautiful leaves? Like, they first of all, they are all over the place. These leaves are stunning. All right, I'm gonna move over here because she wants to take over the show. Y'all, this is my Monstera deliciosa. When I started getting into plants, I fell in love with it. But to be honest, every article I read or video I came across, they never mentioned this as being a beginner plant. And I know they probably won't agree with me, but from experience, she is definitely another keeper. She's a ride or die. She gonna live through some things. Like, I don't have to water it all the time. She definitely grows new buds seasonally. So this spring, I think she started growing buds maybe like January or February. and there's still some growing. So like this one is still opening up. There's a really bright green leaf somewhere over here. That one right there, that one just opened up. It's beautiful. I like that it has like the one hole. They're very individual. Like some of them have slits throughout. Some of them like this is one of the original leaves from when I got it. So they do their own thing. It's a little wild, but we like a little wild around here. I actually had to put a stake in it because the leaves kind of just fall wherever they want to. And ever since I put the stake on, it's been good, but it has grown a lot of new buds. So I need to repot this one as well and readjust the stems with the stake. And I use plant tape to keep some of them together, because if not, they'll just literally be all over the place. This plant overall, again, I don't know why it's mentioned as not being a beginner plant. I think because it's a tropical plant and people don't think that they can keep tropical plants in their homes. But to be honest, I haven't had any issues with it. And I honestly live in an icebox. I love the cold. It is not usually hot in here at all. Even through the winter, it's survived. It's been fine. So I definitely had to put this at the top of my list because I have some other plants that just be playing games with me. But this one, being a big tropical plant, for it to be able to survive the coldness that I have in here, it has to be a beginner plant, because it's not in its natural habitat. So if it's living and it's riding through over here, then this has to be one. Now, monsteras aren't necessarily the easiest plants to find. It took me a while to find a nice one, and they're a little bit on the pricier side. When I originally got it, I believe I paid $45 for it. She was pricey, but it was worth it because literally one of my favorite plants. I just love the leaves, the individuality. She has her own little personality. Like, I love it. So anyone that says otherwise, I mean, we're just not on the same page, but my baby, she good. All right, y'all, so that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in to my top 5 beginner-friendly houseplants. Y'all, I have, I think, 21 plants, something like that. And for these to make the top 5 of the easiest to handle, you already know I'm coming to you with like the best of the best. If you get any of these, you won't regret it. Now, let's chat down in the comments. Let me know, do you have any of these? Do you want any of these? Or any of these, like, have they been on your mind? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. And y'all already know what to do. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment down below, hit that notification bell so that every time I upload, you'll be the first to know. And I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye. Because we plant moms over here. Why do I always mess? Look at this pretty.